Is Islamic or Arabic architecture actually a thing? If yes, what is it actually? Because I see people calling the Taj Mahal Islamic architecture. Clearly, it's made in the Western Indian style or Marwadi Mewadi fort style, but more like a palace. The windows, the domes, the courtyards, everything, even a kalash at the top. That's clearly Indian architecture. So, what exactly is Islamic architecture? What exactly is Arabic architecture? Is that even a thing? Great question to begin with. All right. So, first of all, there are various styles of architecture that we see in India. In the past 1000 years, you had two periods of foreign occupation of India. The first period was the Turkic occupation of various parts of India, which culminated with the greatest extent of the Mughal Empire under Aurangzeb. Uh, and once that ends, you had the rise of the Maratha Empire, which liberated the subcontinent almost entirely, and then it was supplanted by the British occupiers of India. So for the for the majority of the past 1000 years, about 700 or so years, there's been a significant Turkic presence in various parts of India, not the entirety of India at one time, various parts of India. And because of that, there's been what you could call the construction of various kinds of buildings that are said to have an Islamic style or an Arabic style or mostly Islamic style. The British architects called it, or the British historians or whoever, they called it Indo-Saracenic architecture. So if you go to the, uh, for example, if you go to Mumbai, the so-called Prince of Wales Museum, which is now called the Chhatrapati Shivaji Mahasangralaya or something like that, it is said to be in the Indo-Saracenic architectural style. Let's take a look at that. What does the building look like, right? Um, Chhatrapati Shivaji Vastu Sangrahalaya. All right, this thing, which is the erstwhile Prince of Wales Museum. So this style that you see here, this is a prime example of what some would consider or some would classify as the Indo-Saracenic architectural style, which has, according to them, elements of Indian architectural style along with elements of Islamic architecture, the style of Islamic architecture. So that's the so-called Indo-Saracenic style. But the question really is that when you see a building like this with a dome and what looks like, something that resembles minarets, etc., is this really a fusion of Indian style and Islamic or Arabic style? To understand, before we understand that, let's see what Islamic architecture looks like according to Google. Islamic architecture, right? So when we ask about Islamic architecture, this is the kind of imagery we get. This is the Taj Mahal. This is whatever it is. I don't know what it is. This is definitely somewhere in the Middle East, possibly Abu Dhabi, the Grand Mosque, perhaps. Uh, this is definitely more Persian. This obviously has Persian or Central Asian elements and so on. So these domes in these styles are considered to be Islamic architecture today. But is it really Islamic architecture? What about Arabic architecture? Arabic architecture. So once again, it will show you these domes. See, once again, it will even show you the Taj Mahal as an example of apparently Arabic architecture. But is that correct? So for that, let's do a different kind of search. Ancient Saudi architect. Now see what happens. Look at this. This is the original Arabic or Islamic architecture. Rectangles, squares, squat shapes. You don't see domes here. Do you see domes? You will not see domes anywhere in this. So this is the true Islamic or Arabic architecture style. Even in modern buildings, okay, you will see the same kind of shapes, squat shapes, rectangles, maybe cylinders, and so on. You don't see any of the domes that Google will show you when it's giving you examples of Islam, so-called Islamic architecture. What about ancient Omani architecture? Well, once again, you see the same squat shapes mostly. The same squat shapes again, rectangles, etc. What about ancient Qatari architecture? Once again, it's going to show the same old squat shapes. So this is the actual original Arabic or Islamic architecture. Go back to Saudi. This is the true, original, intrinsic Islamic and Arabic architecture. This is what it looks like. Okay? And when they show you domes like what we have with the Taj Mahal, this is not Arabic architecture. This is not true Islamic architecture. This is the elements. What we are seeing here is the elements that the Arabs and Islamic architects or whoever incorporated from non-Arabic and non-Islamic cultures such as India. These domes are signature are signatures of Indian architectural styles, and then this was brought back into Arabia. And today, if you see modern Islamic architecture, it will look very much like the domes of the Taj Mahal, etc. So these styles were imported from India. Okay, this is not genuine intrinsic Islamic or Arabic architecture. This is Indian architecture, which has influenced the Islamic world essentially throughout the Islamic world. If you see something like this, well, this is the Hagia Sophia, if I'm not mistaken, the Hagia Sophia mosque in Constantinople. Well, this was the Hagia Sophia church, and this was European Byzantine architecture. But forget about that. We'll look at this. So what we see here is actually a mosque in the Middle East, which has elements of Indian architectural styles, which is inspired by Indian architectural styles. So the Taj Mahal is Indian architecture. It is not Arab architecture or Islamic architecture. Let's be very clear about this. All right. The domes came from India. You also have domes in Gandhar in Afghanistan. What about Central Asian? Okay. Central Asian Islam. What am I writing here? Central Asian Islamic architecture. Well, you see these mosques like the Bibi Khanum mosque, etc. Okay. What about Timur's mausoleum? So you will see, this once again it has the dome, etc. All of these styles came out of India. These monuments that were built in Central Asia were mostly built by slaves who were enslaved in India and taken to Central Asia, and they chose the right kind of slaves. They chose women and children for, I suppose you understand what reasons, but they also chose highly skilled craftsmen, architects, worksmen, etc., who would be able to construct buildings, design and construct buildings such as these. And the interesting thing is that a lot of these buildings in Central Asia, okay, which are Islamic monuments, you will see swastikas embedded in the designs of these buildings, which is also very interesting, which again points to Indians having built these monuments. Okay, so I hope that throws light on this matter.